How we all know that Hollywood is the liberal capital of the world. That makes it tough for some actors to be proud conservatives and successful. But our next guest, she's managed to do both. Kristy Swanson has been working since she's a teenager. She has an amazing career and joins today on Saturday Report. Good morning, Kristy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. So we appreciate you coming on. I want to just run through this. You know, we've had some conservatives actors on here, and a lot of them have this stigma attached to them. But you have managed to largely stay away from, you know, a lot of these blacklists that some of the others talk about. And we love your acting work, by the way. Recently, you just retweeted Travis Tritt's post about switching over to Newsmax, which, by the way, we love you for. Thank you very much. It's making some waves, though. So talk to us a little bit about that and any backlash you've had.
About Hollywood or about retweeting Travis?
Well, let's go into retweeting Travis, and then we'll get all into Hollywood.
I love Travis. He's awesome. Yeah, I retweeted him, and I really like Newsmax a lot. I actually sent the app to my son. He's in high school, and I sent it to him and my husband. I said, you got to get this app. You can watch it on TV, you know, like it's just free TV, and get the news and whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. So I said, everybody's doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. So you got to do it. So he's doing it.
Yeah. No, we love it. So what kind of words have you gotten from some of your colleagues in Hollywood on your conservative views?
Oh, well, I mean, I've been beat up and bashed around on Twitter quite a bit over the last 4 years. But some of it from some Hollywood people and some of it trolls and some of it just, people just talking smack. But, the thing is that I've been conservative forever, and I've always voted that way. And I never really talked about politics in Hollywood over the years. I kind of tried to once, and the clause came out, and I just learned I was just like, whatever, I'll just stay away from it and not get involved. And a lot of people ask me, do you think you've lost jobs because of being conservative? And it's really impossible to prove that. I don't know how I would be able to prove that, because, a 40-year career, it's got dips and dives, and, you get roles for different reasons, depending on what age you're in now, and, what you're looking like and what's available and all that stuff. So I can't really say that I've lost jobs or anything like that. I've had a good life. I've worked my whole life. I do 2 to 3, sometimes 4 projects a year, a lot of independent films, and I really love it. I've been having a good time, and so I think I've been okay. My biggest concern is Hollywood right now. That they're not making any projects. Everything's shut down, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad. It's more from the party of tolerance and understanding, I guess. But so, that hasn't slowed you down at all. So you've got a ton of new projects coming up, Obamagate being one of them. Why don't you tell us about some of those?
Well, Obamagate came out about a month ago. That is a movie that we shot. It's a stage play I did with Dean Cain, and it was originally FBI Lovebirds Undercovers, which was the Peter Strzok, Lisa Page story, all their text messages, all their testimonies. So it's all verbatim, and we read it on stage a year ago, and then we made it into a movie. And
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, so that's on the internet. It's called Obamagate. And and then I have a PureFlix movie that I did with Scott Baio, who I love. I've known him for since '84. I've known him forever. So it's called Courting Mom and Dad, and I play the mom, and he plays the dad, and the kids are awesome in it. It's a really cute movie, and it has a really good message and a good story about family.
Yeah, and it's we need more wholesome stories out there. We get we don't have enough of those. Back in the 80s and 90s, every movie was about a comeback, and now I just feel like we've lost a lot of values of some of the movies coming out now. But real quick, you had actually an amazing career. You were obviously Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You were also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, one of the most famous lines that's used all over the world is Bueller, Bueller. You were part of that scene. Let's take a look.
Bueller? Bueller?
He's sick. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid is going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night. I guess it's pretty serious.
Thank you, Simone.
No problem whatsoever.
Most of that is not actually in any of the quotes, and people don't even know that except for us who have seen the movie. But tell us a little bit about that, shooting that movie and what kind of impact it's had for you.
Well, that was fun to watch that clip. I look at him like, oh, look at that child.
Yeah. That's you.
Yeah, that's me. I was 15 years old, and it was an interesting experience because, John Hughes was like super hot, in the 80s. Like, he was making so many great films. And I had the opportunity to go on an audition for Ferris Bueller. And I met with him and we really hit it off. And I got hired. Well, he called me during the filming and he says, well, I've got some good news and some bad news. And I go, what? And he goes, well, we've been in Chicago filming and because of logistics, I had to shoot your role in Chicago. But the good news is I wrote you a new role and I'm going to send it over. And I said, okay. And they sent it over and that was Simone. So I ended up playing the role of Simone.
That's interesting. Well, folks, just remember, anytime you say that, Kristy Swanson was part of that scene. Kristy Swanson, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it on Newsmax.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.